had a time machine, I was built with a flux capacitor. I would go back to the rappers that me beat the massacred. Back to the first time Pac was blasted in Manhattan. I would prove it wasn't Biggie, so that beef would never happen. Hop to the present, get the president in my presence. Shake his hand, then send him back to the Great Depression. To hit the bar with FDR for a second, and together they could assess an effective way to address the recession. I stay stressing, looking for work here, having flashbacks of a frat bash from my first year. I wanna talk to little Jeremy, the college kid, take his resume to polish it and get his scholarship. Have a couple of shots with him after he promises that he acknowledges the clock on the wall and he knows what time it is. Cause the problem is the single lesson I neglected is that minutes turn to seconds faster than you would expect it. But if I could go back, I don't think I'd go back. I wouldn't wanna change things, I would do the same thing. I would just embrace things, I would just embrace things. I would embrace them the way they are. I said, but if I could go back, I don't think I'd go back. I wouldn't wanna change things, I would do the same thing. I would just embrace things, I would just embrace things. I would embrace them the way they are. If I had a time machine, I was built with a flux capacitor. I would travel to Africa with a pack of ambassadors. Way before this crazy war erupted in Sudan, so my man Alain would never have to flee his homeland. Then I stop in Germany, hop on Operation Valkyrie, watching Hitler talk to a crowd on top of a balcony. But at the first announcement, I'm sneaking around a bouncer with a pouch of cyanide to pull inside his Alka-Seltzer. Yo, if I could time travel, I'd be going right back to that battle in that parking lot where I got sliced at. Convinced homeboy to put his knife back, so my left cheek wouldn't permanently have a white slash. And I know that I'm getting older. When the days are getting shorter, then the nights are getting colder. I get reminded of that fateful evening in October when my girl called me up on the phone and said it was over. If I did it all again, I would have been a little bolder. There are things I should have said and I regret I never told her. So I drink away the pain, but I'm afraid of being sober, cause I know that I'ma wake up all alone and wanna hold her. But if I could go back, I don't think I'd go back. I wouldn't wanna change things, I would do the same thing. I would just embrace things, I would just embrace things. I would embrace them the way they are. I said, but if I could go back, I don't think I'd go back. I wouldn't wanna change things, I would do the same thing. I would just embrace things, I would just embrace things. I would embrace them the way they are. If I had a time machine that was built with a flux capacitor, I would actually sell it back to its manufacturer. Matter of fact, go to the factory where it's packaged and I smash every last flux capacitor to fragments. Cause way before the butterfly effect happened to Ashton, Ray Bradbury practically labeled it black magic. The mathematical path to the aftermath, rolling snowballs yesterday and today you trapped in an avalanche. Why does everybody wanna change their stars? Why don't they embrace them just the way they are and just play their cards? Laugh in the face of the demons. Haven't you ever been told that everything happens for a reason? If this woman didn't leave him and give him all of that pain, or would he have ever written the chorus to airplanes? He was stranded in the rain, had the verge of going frantic when an airplane crash landed him in the Atlantic. The butterfly effect. I would embrace them the way they are. But if I could go back, I don't think I'd go back. I wouldn't wanna change things, I would do the same thing. I would just embrace things, I would just embrace things. I would embrace them the way they are. I said, but if I could go back, I don't think I'd go back. I wouldn't wanna change things, I would do the same thing. I would just embrace things, I would just embrace things. I would embrace them the way they are. The way they are. They are, the way they are, way they are, way they are. Yeah, I would embrace them the way they are. Lyrics in your headphones. Listen close. Hey yo, check me out a moment, man. A deserted town with empty streets and a dirty ground. The type of place you would stumble upon and turn around. At 12 noon, the sun is above, burning down. An opportunity to show them that I'm worthy now. Even though they tell me that I'll never make it, something deep inside of me is saying they're mistaken. They usually bull with an intuitive view, so I guess I have myself a lot of proving to do. And who would've knew that under the skin is a hidden treasure? I spit a measure cleverly to make the rhythm fresher. So if you never heard of kinetics, I recommend you play my record again the second my record ends. lines. Or better yet, repetitively pressing rewind consecutively the second it ends for the second time. And you better recognize I'm killing the track clean, cause I'm ill even after the pill and the vaccine. And so I left home, never to fall back, with a stick over my shoulder attached to a small sack. Traveling a rocky road that took an entire year. An inspired pioneer with an eye and desire clear. Crossing the frontier while occasionally frightened. Conversing with the sun, but I find it kind of enlightening. Scoping out the killers in the middle of the wilderness. I rode into a village inhabited by the villainous. Then I started pillaging by the gorge in the cavern. And the minute that I walked through the swinging doors of the tavern, I'ma slaughter a claws and give it audio gauze, breaking audible laws so the audience ought to applause. So go and hit the saloon and look at the time, dude. It's high noon, so that means you're gonna die soon. Fast, get a last glass, swallow it and get a bottle. I'm a desperado, leaving you hollow in El Dorado.
It's been years on this road, here on this road, but I steer through the blood, sweat and tears on this road. I can hear it in my soul, so I stay dedicated, even though they tell me that I'm never gonna make it. So here on this road, if you fear on this road, persevere through the blood, sweat and tears on this road. If you hear it in your soul, then stay dedicated,
even though they tell you that you're never gonna make it. Once upon a time in the West, there was a very brave renegade who never gave rhyming a rest. And nobody knows how he came to the showdown, but after the first round, they gave him the flow crown. He rode to the whole town, hopped off of the saddle with a sound that rattled all the rattlesnake and the cattle. And some mistakenly cackle, but he's taking the battle, making them baffled and laughing while they playfully babble. Increasing the murder rate and reverberating his verbal array through your vertebrae. Impersonating a murder, believing you perforated. You heard what I stated, or should I burp or regurgitate it? The hate of you perpetrators is purposely unrelated. My mother was uncolored, no wonder I'm underrated. But I'm proud, dog, and ready to sprout tall. I'm an outlaw, I'ma do better without y'all.
It's been years on this road, here on this road, but I steer through the blood, sweat and tears on this road. I can hear it in my soul, so I stay dedicated, even though they tell me that I'm never gonna make it. So here on this road, if you fear on this road, persevere through the blood, sweat and tears on this road. If you hear it in your soul, then stay dedicated,
even though they tell you that you're never gonna make it.